Hi there, I'm John Sarson with Axe Momentum.
And I'm Steve Pawaga, Managing Director and Chief Risk Officer here.
We're going to talk today a little bit about cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies have been a ton of fun this spring. We've seen a lot of interest. We've seen some of the biggest players in global finance, such as BP, Intel, Microsoft, UBS, sign up to basically explore how they can use cryptocurrencies to take their global financial businesses to the next level. We've been trading cryptocurrencies personally for a couple of years, Steve and I, and we've been trading them in our hedge fund for the last month and a half. It's been great. It's been accretive to our performance. Thankfully, we spent last week on the sidelines, so we did see a nice sell-off on Friday, and we purchased cryptocurrencies late Friday night or early Saturday morning, and we're up on those positions now. Bitcoin's recovered from a high of 2,800, dropped down to as low as I think 1,750, and is now back around 2,200 per Bitcoin. Now, even if you're an investor that maybe bought into some of this mania last week, I think you're going to be okay. It's happened to a lot of people. Steve was commenting to me something I thought was worth sharing. Steve, do you mind sharing that?
Instagram famous Dan Bilzerian appears to have put in an intermediate top on Bitcoin. He posted on Instagram that he bought an F-load of Bitcoin right when it was around that $2,700 mark. But, you know, Dan, I think you're going to be okay. I think that there's a lot of price appreciation to come on Bitcoin.
Yes, don't sell, Dan. You're going to be fine. The demand for Bitcoin is insatiable, and one of the reasons why, and Steve and I were talking about this, is we have a contact over at Coinbase. Coinbase is the largest US-based exchange for cryptocurrencies. We trade through Coinbase, and as one of our two exchanges we trade through, and the statistic that we got from Coinbase late last week really blew our minds. And that was that on Monday, they opened over 40,000 new accounts. Now, to put that in perspective, that's a Major League Baseball stadium full of people, all opened Coinbase accounts last Monday. And this is up from their average of just between 10 and 20,000 accounts per day. Now, when you're seeing that many people opening accounts, once you open an account, if you've gone through the process, you know there's a couple of steps. You have to satisfy your anti-money laundering requirements. You have to verify your bank accounts. You have to get your wires sent over and received by Coinbase. It takes a couple of days. So those 40,000 individuals that thought it was important to open cryptocurrency accounts last week with Coinbase, their demand isn't even in the system yet, probably. And when you have a supply-constrained market, like the cryptocurrency markets are, and you have demand that is just roaring, you are going to get higher prices. The reality is there's not enough Bitcoins to go around. And this is another story I'll let Steve share with you.
Yeah, so algorithmically, there are only going to ever be 21 million Bitcoins. To put that in perspective, in the US, there are 15 million people who are millionaires. And then globally, that number would grow to well above that 21 million figure. What that means is that if millionaires are looking to diversify their portfolio into cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin specifically, as time goes on and Bitcoin becomes more entrenched and accepted as part of the financial system, in all likelihood, people will no longer be able to own single whole Bitcoins, and everyone will be owning fractional portions of a Bitcoin.
But Steve, away from just Bitcoin specifically, I know in our fund we're trading actually more Ethereum now than we are trading Bitcoin. Do you want to talk about why that is and how Bitcoin and Ethereum kind of relate to each other?
Right. So Bitcoin and Ethereum both have entrenched bull markets, and there's positive momentum that we're riding upwards in both those markets. However, the way people buy Ethereum, you can buy it with US dollars or fiat currencies from your home country, whatever that may be, but you can also buy it with Bitcoin. So something that we've been paying attention to in the past are the resistance points on the Ethereum to Bitcoin ratio. We saw resistance at about 0.05 Ether to Bitcoin. And then last week we saw resistance around 0.08 and 0.075. Now, during this most recent recovery, Ethereum has traded up and recently broken through 0.09 Ether to Bitcoin. And this is telling me that I'm expecting it to eventually run up to about 0.1 Ether to Bitcoin. So we're overweight Ether because on a relative basis, Ethereum is showing more strength versus Bitcoin.
Okay, so we'll stop there so as to not get too long-winded on cryptocurrencies. We'll revisit this topic in a couple of weeks. We can do a scorecard to see how we've done choosing Ethereum versus Bitcoin. And hopefully by then we'll be making some new all-time highs. But if you're looking for trends in other global asset categories, or if you're looking to diversify some of your gains you've made in cryptocurrencies, check us out. We identify trends across the globe. We analyze 183 different global asset categories on a daily basis to identify bull markets, and then we send their capital around the globe to where it's going to be treated the best. That's what we do at Axe Momentum. I'm John, thanks for tuning in.
And I'm Steve, see you next time.